It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think the birds.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation. So, you've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone. What did Ryan Clark just do to us? Yes, he's taking us into the Twilight Zone. Remember those TV shows, the movie? What is the Twilight Zone? Well, it's a situation or someone's behavior that's confusing, right? And it's unusual, and it seems to blur the boundaries between reality and fantasy, or in this case, just pure ignorance. Sadness. What am I talking about? Well, he's back at it again. I try to tell you, I'm not a hater. I just tell the truth too early. Oh, y'all don't believe me? Here we go. Take a listen to this.
But we all know that they plant these certain reports or they say these certain things, and you do hear the word arrogant. Why is he arrogant? Because he won't walk into the meeting and bend the knee, or he won't sit in the meeting and question himself or his abilities or his knowledge and experience in the game. I don't believe that that's arrogance.
Did y'all hear the yeah right on cue? And we're bordering arrogance if that's who Shedeur is, which I don't believe. You should question that you know everything, right? Not question yourself, but question your knowledge. Question that you have learned it all. We're all learning. Even the coaches are learning from you, the player. So that relationship has to stay open, stay fluid. I'm listening.
I want a quarterback that's self-assured. I want a quarterback that could cut the film on, and when you ask him a question about why did you make this mistake, or why did you make this throw, or why was this the right read, I want him to be able to regurgitate that to me like he's in the play at the moment, the same way a coach or an offense coordinator would, because that's what he's going to have to do. And I've had conversations with Shedeur Sanders, and he can do that. We all know that it's not just about him being Deion Sanders' son. It's about the bravado he carries.
Okay, he's winding up right now. You can see it. You know, them eyes got lower because he's like, I'm in my zone. I'm about to go there. Be prepared. Passengers, fasten your seatbelts.
It's about the fact that he looks a certain way. It is about the fact that the color of his skin sometimes at that position can be questioned. And I believe Shedeur Sanders is going to have to deal with that until he gets on the field. Now, but we all
right. So the color of his skin at that position can be questioned. Okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong with questions, I guess. Except when you already know the answers. That could get a little disturbing. That could get a little tiring. Here we are. So let's talk through this. Why is Ryan Clark doing this? Why is he race baiting again? And you should never full race bait. But Ryan Clark has decided to do just that. Especially in a year where Cam Ward, everyone is saying, is going to be the #1 overall pick. Especially coming off of a year where we had the #1 and #2 overall pick. Especially coming off a year before that where we had the #1 and #2 overall pick being black. All right. So, you know me, I use my second brain a lot. Just wanted to summarize some of the accomplishments and things that are happening for the black quarterback. And they talk about the top draft picks. We could talk about Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson, Jameis Winston, Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes. MVP winners, Lamar Jackson a couple times, Patrick Mahomes, Cam Newton. Highest paid quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes set a North American sports history in terms of $503 million contract he signed years ago. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson got a $230 million guaranteed contract. As we know, this has all been beaten by like Jalen Hurts, et cetera. Let's talk about the Super Bowl success and Patrick Mahomes, a couple, Russell Wilson, Doug Williams. But this is not getting to the crux of the issue. Let's talk about what he's saying, questioning him in the draft, right? Just wanted to give you guys a little context. As I said, last year's draft, first overall, second overall, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Michael Penix Jr., 8th overall. And that was a surprise 8th because they just gave a white quarterback in Kirk Cousins over $100 million. And then they still drafted Michael Penix Jr., a black quarterback. How about the guy I just saw at the Clippers game last week? Bryce Young, 1st overall. C.J. Stroud, 2nd overall. Anthony Richardson, 4th overall. 3 of the 4 top quarterbacks selected were, drums please, black. Okay, So where's Ryan Clark coming from with this? I always looked around and saw that the ones who try to make everything racial, everything black, typically are the ones who've had their blackness questioned, right? Had their race called into question. And Ryan Clark actually fits that bill right there. Because you see, if you look into Ryan Clark and you look at Ryan Clark, you're not seeing everything, right? How did Ryan Clark get called into question in terms of his blackness? Because this is a bizarro's world we're going into right now. I'm not even going to go in on Ryan Clark anymore. It's too obvious. It's a pity case now. I have crossed the line from saying this is pathetic to I pity you for always having to bring up race. Because the things you can't believe, the things you don't believe, and the things you try to convince yourself of, like Ryan Clark is trying to do, is the stuff that he's really dealing with. So let's look into what he's really dealing with, right? Because to Ryan Clark, this is not a lie. He is trying to tell his truth. He's trying to tell his real truth. And the only thing real about this is it's a real lie. They are really tripping, and they are really trying to make this a narrative. And I say they because I heard Stephen A. Smith up there saying yeah as well. Why is Ryan Clark really racially insecure? Think about it. Why is he bringing up race when it's so obvious? In the year you're talking about questioning a black quarterback, they must not got questions from Cam Ward. Literally coming off the heels of 2 consecutive years of number 1 and number 2 picks. Why are you talking like this? Why is Ryan lying to himself and then trying to lie to us? It's because Ryan's truth has been questioned. Is he black? His identity has been called into question, his own blackness. So let's talk about it. What was it? Was it growing up and going to a white high school? I went to a white high school. I went to 2 high schools. One was black, one was white. I ain't questioning my blackness, but Ryan Clark certainly is. Maybe it's because if you look at it from growing up in the suburbs, nothing wrong with growing up in the suburbs, grow up in the black suburb. Heard you did, Ryan. You go to a white high school. What's the problem? Oh, you have a white baby mother. You have a child from a white woman. That could be an issue. That could be something that's scratching at your claw. I can understand that. But we don't need it coming out in your damn sports analysis. Like, deal with that and deal with the beauty of that instead of trying to turn it ugly and making every situation dumber and uglier just because you got that insecurity in yourself. But I've noticed that the racial moves of people usually are nothing but a reflection of the racial questions that they're answering inside themselves. And there are countless examples, and I don't want to call everyone into question that are not a part of this analysis right here. But Ryan Clark, you need to get it together, big dog, because you're making yourself look really bad out here. And I know in the world where we think attention is currency, that doesn't matter to you. But let me tell you why it matters to me. See, I grew up with the double whammy. I grew up where not only if you were black, oh my God, there was a limitation, an expectation. I'm like, what? There ain't no reservation I gotta stay on because I'm black. But also because I was from Compton. So that came with its own limitations and set of expectations. So I had the double whammy growing up, Ryan. But this is why I hate it. Because one, it ignores the reality. It ignores all of the greatness that already exists. Like I just said, it ignores a Bryce Young, right? It ignores a Caleb Williams. It ignores a Cam Ward coming up. It ignores a Shedeur Sanders. I got a problem with that. And also, it injects this eternal excuse. It injects this BS that in case it doesn't work out, well, you know why. Shedeur, if you don't go first overall, second overall, top in the draft, you know why. You know why. No, I don't know why. And it's okay, because I could be a 3rd rounder like a Russell Wilson. I could be a 4th rounder like a Dak Prescott. You know, I could be whoever, Jalen Hurts, 2nd rounder, and still go get it. But you're giving them this eternal excuse based on his complexion, based on that they saw his color and said, forget his playing ability. I don't like him because of his color. Oh, I don't like him because of his color and his personality. But I like other players that I'm going to pick number 1 overall, and they got that same color, or, dare I say it, those personality traits. You think other quarterbacks that have been picked don't have confidence, arrogance? Arrogance is part of the position, but it's a way you display it. And it has to be in couple with your talent. You can be arrogant as you want. You know, you've been in the locker room, as long as your ass is balling out of control. Shedeur ball. But there are questions about his level of talent. Simple as that. So, look, if you black and it doesn't work out, you can always fall back on being black. And that's the problem. Whitey questioning you. I've never seen so many people want to inherit plight. I've never seen so many people want to read about and hear about and say, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with too. If you don't shut your high on the hog multi-millionaire ass up, like what? You've had every opportunity and opportunities you didn't even deserve and earn. It's crazy. So I think Ryan, in his efforts to discover his truth, discover his reality, is really blurring the lines between reality and fantasy. And this is some BS. Actually, no, it's not BS. It's just a straight up lie. All right, make sure you guys go to projecttransition.org. Log on, like Wendell Lissamore, who made a monthly $10 donation supporting Project Transition. Oh yeah, support the organization that educates and empowers the itty bitties. So it does it through exposures and experiences. Yeah, I don't want kids growing up in Compton, growing up in Beverly Hills. I don't give a damn where you're from. I don't want kids thinking they got limitations. I don't want kids to think that they are imprisoned by their complexion, by their background, by their look, by their color. But, you know, there's another organization out there, Ryan Clark probably has, and you go over there and pander. All right, and make sure you guys also pick up the book, Never Shut Up. And if you become a gym member, giver every month, you get this book. Yes, Never Shut Up. That is my book right there. And without further ado, it's time to flow. Let's go. What's up now, partner? Let's go get him. Ah, yeah, Ryan Clark, back at it again. New beat from Witch the King. Oh, we got to go get him. Come on, Witch, let's go get this boy. Ryan talking wild, man. Here we go again. Crying about Shedeur like the league ain't got black men. Mahomes got that bag. Lamar got that ring. And Ryan screaming racism. Boy, that ain't a thing. Check it. Shedeur dropping. Nah, that's just a tape. Ain't about his skin, man. It's about his play. O-line weak. Ain't got no speed. NFL scouts ain't trying to hear no pleas. Nah, Ryan Clark cat. Yeah, Ryan Clark mad. Went to a white school. Now he fake black sad. Got a kid with a white girl. That's cool. We ain't judging. But don't act like you woke when you out here bugging. Ooh, well, you went to Shaw. That's a private school. Talking about the struggle. Man, who you trying to fool? Ain't no hood stories. You was rocking polos. Now you on TV solo. Looking dolo. Come on now, Shadeur ain't dropping from no hate. He got sacked too much. That's the real debate. Ain't no racist plots. Just read the stats. NFL GMs ain't got no time for cap. Ooh, yeah, NFL don't care. They just want skills. You playing race cards. That don't pay no bills. Ryan, chill out. Go raise your kid before you on ESPN yelling dumb shit again. Wop. Wop, 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 wop. Ha ha. Must on the beat, bro. What's the king in the beat? Ryan, nothing but love. Fix this shit.